All right, good morning, Keller Williams Milwaukee. Happy Tuesday. We have a lot to discuss today, a lot of people to celebrate. Starting off with our mission, vision, values, like we always do. We have some lives worth living to update you all on. Wells Warner Stale joined us a week ago yesterday. Some are adjusting better than others. If you follow Megan on Instagram, you might have seen a very unhappy little walker yesterday. So huge congratulations to Megan, Charlie, Chase, Harriet, and Walker on the introduction to Wells to the family. So something that was extremely helpful for me when I was gone just a month ago was your fantastic help with the meal train. So if you guys have the ability to help them by providing some meals, please scan this QR code and help them out by providing some meals as you can. So if you don't mind filling that out, they have a cooler outside, so you could just drop it off real quick and help them take care of these 4 precious little children. Charlie is off for a few more weeks, so if anyone needs anything, do not hesitate to reach out to any member of the leadership team, and we are all here to help support. So congratulations and welcome to the KW squad, Wells. Lots of people to celebrate for the month of June. So I will go pretty quickly through these, but also don't want to not celebrate these amazing cappers. Willis is even out of capper books. So we have them back ordered because you guys are capping so fast. We can't keep capper books in stock. So if you capped, your book is coming. It's just, we're waiting on it. So starting with Joey Carini, who you will not only find in the real estate market, but also headlining on stage as a major guitar player. So congratulations, keep rocking on, Joey Carini. Damara Bolton, who says your business has to slow down when you make a transition. She just joined KW and capped in only a few short months. So congratulations on capping. Bridget Casey, she moved her business to KW while extremely pregnant with her second child. Moving to Lake Country didn't slow her down. Huge congrats to Bridget Casey on capping in the month of June. Benji Cohen, one of FRG's rising stars. I believe he's capped every year since he's been in the business, and I feel like he just capped, so this was really fast. So congratulations, Benji, on your continued success. Catherine also capped in June. She's a fantastic role model, and she's been an incredible teacher out in Lake Country, lending her services to all of the agents out there, so congratulations. Connie Cummings, the OGPC of Lake Country, loves not only taking care of her grandbaby, but also pouring into all the agents out there. She is a huge giver back of her time. Congratulations, Connie, on capping in the month of June. Jessica, in between juggling all her kiddos, home renovation projects, trips to New York, Florida, and incredible social media, also capping in the month of June. She moved to KW in 2022 and has since doubled her business. So huge congratulations to you, Jessica, on capping in the month of June. Randy Lee, you guys may know him from his season on The Bachelor. No, he was on The Bachelor. Randy, congratulations to both you and Ashley on capping. They have just recently joined KW and created the team Kindred Realty, who you will see on all of our awards. They are ones to watch. They are absolutely crushing it. Huge congratulations to both Randy and Ashley on capping in the month of June. Robin McCormick. Robin is known for just loving on all of her people, providing such a white glove service to all of her clients. Robin, huge congratulations to you on capping in the month of June. Jonathan Newby, Mr. Life of the Party himself. Congrats. Way to continue to push yourself in the month of June. Karen out in the innovation office on Team Double Bolt, not only finding huge success, but always smiling. Karen and her husband, Jake, actually own a restaurant out in Brookfield called Jake's. It's amazing. If you guys are ever out in Brookfield, go check out Jake's and support Karen and her husband out there as well. Congratulations on capping in June, Karen. Kristen Stahulik, many of you might not know, but we have Kristen down in Lake Geneva. So she is a resident down in Lake Geneva. She's been in that market for a long time. If you ever have business or need help or an excuse to go to Lake Geneva and grab lunch with Kristen, she's a fantastic agent down there. Congratulations on capping. Liz Toomey, she is the lead buyer's agent and the backbone of the Nicollet Group. Due to her consistency and approach, it's no surprise that Liz ended up capping here so quickly in the month of June. So congratulations to you, Liz. The amazing Karen Trimble, known for giving back to her community, as well as all of the wonderful people out in Lake Country. Congratulations on capping in the month of June. Two more to celebrate. We got Courtney Williams. Member of one of the newly formed teams with Levine Realty Group, and just welcomed a baby girl in the month of June as well. So very busy at home and professionally. So congrats, Courtney. And last but not least, PY, as Charlie likes to call him, Patrick Young. Congratulations on capping as an individual agent and all the success you've had this far in 2023. So lots to celebrate, you guys. Great, real quick, some office updates on operations. This is becoming more seamless. We have added a few more required fields. A lot of you were putting, some of you were putting addresses in the name, so we didn't know who to have people contact. So a lot more fields you'll find will be required now. So not only is the agent name a required field, but the email as well, so that we can make sure that we're really getting people the contact information that they need in order to contact you about these upcoming listings. Lots came in this morning. I will approve them as soon as this meeting's over, and Willis will get that email out to you right away this morning. So thank you for all of your help in improving this system and making sure that it works really well for everybody. Oh, this is fun. Got a little teaser here. No sound. Silent teaser. All right, guys, we have our first season 1 premiere of Sherry and Dan Wild with Willis's new segment 5 and 5 hitting this Wednesday. So every Wednesday you will see a new 5 and 5 segment hit social media. So be on the lookout for our first episode this Wednesday with Dan and Sherry Wild. All right, next up, we have Lindsay with our Tech Tuesday updates.
All right, good morning, everyone. So since we are halfway through the year, we thought it would be a really good time and opportunity to reevaluate your 36 touch marketing plan. And we decided, instead of looking at the entire 36 touch program, we would break it down into 9 touches. And so, okay, what is the 36 touch marketing plan? If you haven't heard of this, it is a systematic marketing and prospecting technique. It ensures year-round contact with your Met database, the people that you know. It's a combination of emails, mailings, letters, cards, pop-bys, phone calls, events. So it's basically you getting in front of your database. And when someone thinks of real estate, they think of you. So always keep that in the back of your mind when you're thinking of your 36 touch. Now, this is directly from the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. If you haven't read that, highly suggest ordering that off of Amazon, reading it from cover to cover. And so in there, it states for every 12 people in your database to which you market yourself, it used to be 33, now it's 36. 36 times you can reasonably expect to net 2 sales. One of those sales will likely be repeat business and the other will be referral business. So again, for every 12 people in your database that you market to yourself with the 36 touch, you can expect to net 2 sales, 1 repeat and 1 referral business. This is the most cost-effective form of lead generation. So using a conversion ratio of 12:2, if you wanted to make 50 sales a year, you would need to have 300 people in your database whom you've sent through your 8x8 new client engagement program. So people that you know and know that you're in real estate, and your 36 touch program. So essentially your database and your relationship to it is the heart of your business. So this is a very, very essential program that you want to have set up and you want to have a system to it. So I'm really excited for this week's training. Like I said, we're really diving into 9 specific touches to implement in July, August, and September. So we're breaking it down into just those 9 touches for the next 3 months. And we have a special guest, Kristen Schlingman. She's going to be coming on and joining us this Thursday. And Kristen has been averaging 2 to 3 listings a year in just her neighborhood by doing pop buys. So she's developed a really great system. She leverages other people to help her with exactly what to drop off at her neighbor's doorsteps. And again, she's getting 2 to 3 listings just in her neighborhood from doing pop buys, something that she's implementing within her 36 touch program. So training is this Thursday, July 20th. It's at 11 o'clock and it's all on Zoom and it's going to be recorded. So you can check it out later too. But check it out live, ask Kristen some great questions, but we're going to be diving into some very specifics with the 36 touch and with Kristen. So join us then.
We got Steph coming up next for compliance.
Good morning, everybody. First, before we get into it, I just wanted to Mandy, if you could go to the next slide. I just wanted to thank everybody who participated in yesterday's contract training. Joan and Kathleen and I had an amazing attendance and a lot of participation, a lot of questions, which we just love so much. I'm going to throw the YouTube link in the chat. After this, I encourage everybody, all agents, seasoned agents, new agents alike, to revisit the training from yesterday. It was excellent. So, and then also just thank you to Kathleen again for organizing it and getting Lynn for us. She answered all of our questions. Just a really great, valuable training. So, next then, protecting our dollars. So I visited this about a year ago today. Or a year ago this summer was the last time we talked about MLS fines and how to avoid them. I'm going to revisit it now. We've got just a lot of prevalency. It's just still happening. So I'd really like to focus and aim this at agents who have transitioned from other brokerages, actually. Seems we get a lot more errors just from people who have been used to having other administrative support enter in the listing. So, so top MLS violations in MLS. So incorrect expiration date, incorrect listing date, the variable rate commission, indicating whether or not there's a named prospect, incorrect zip code, incorrect items in the remarks, indicating whether or not the listing is broker owned or not, putting in the wrong tax key, and then the early and late entry, which the fines for entering a listing in early or entering it in late are very hefty. So we'll go through that in a minute. Next slide, Mandy. So first up, the listing date and expiration date and timing of the entry. So it must match what is on the contract, the term start date and the contract term end date. So on the last page, of the listing contract, is where you indicate when the listing starts and when it ends. So most commonly, I think what people are doing for the term start date, for example, is putting when the seller signs the contract. Again, the date that the seller signs the contract is not necessarily the term start date. So just making sure that you are matching those up correctly. Entering a listing before the listing start date is $100 fine. So you guys, we just have to watch out for this and be mindful of it. So you've got 48 hours to enter a listing from the start date of the contract. So you cannot enter it in before that. So sometimes you'll post date those listing contracts. You cannot enter it into MLS before that start date. And then you've got 48 hours from that start date to enter it. So if it's beyond that 48 hours, then you get another fine for entering it in late. And that's another $100 per day. Next up, so incorrect items in public remarks. So we cannot promote ourselves in the public remarks. We can only promote the property. So just make sure that you're only putting a house description in the public remarks. No open house information, so you cannot begin the paragraph with when the open house is going to be. And likewise, you cannot indicate when showings begin in the public remarks. All of that is saved for either the private remarks or the showing instructions. Named prospects. So if you have any excluded buyers named on the contract, and that'll be on that first page of the listing contract, then you must indicate in MLS that you do have excluded buyers. And the way that you do that is just indicating yes, where it says named prospects. You do not need to add any more information beyond that. We just do need to let other agents know if there are excluded buyers named or not. Then delayed form and the listing contract. So oftentimes we are putting our properties in delayed first. Just a reminder that you do need to upload that delayed form along with the listing contract into MLS, and that is also a $100 fine. Then I wanted to lastly just point out, you can see the history of what has been inputted into MLS from that data screen. So just a reminder, if you see where I've got the red arrow, if you hit that history button, you can see what activity you have done, and you can also see what activity MLS has done on behalf, or if they have to change something, an error. So if you have any questions about why you might have been fined, you can just come here and you can see what exactly was done and what exactly was corrected. All right. And then MLS rules and regulations can be found on that home screen of MLS. If you hit data integrity, you can download the rules and regulations. Fun stuff. Thank you all.
Thank you, Steph. It is fun. It's not fun, it's important. Okay, so thank you very much. Before we dive in and celebrate everyone's awards, now that we're halfway through the year, I did kind of want to pause and tell a little story because I love my story times. Olympic rowing is Great Britain's most successful event. From 1900, when the sport debuted, to 2020, the Brits have medaled 70 times, including 31 gold medals. But coming into the Sydney 2000 Olympics, one of their boats was in a slump, the men's 8. The crew hadn't won a gold medal in over 90 years, and they hadn't even made it to the podium since 1980 in Moscow's Olympics. No one expected them to medal. The team realized that if they did what they had always done, they would get what they had always got. They chose to pivot and take a new approach. They started asking a simple question around everything they did for 2 years in which they trained for the Olympics. Will it make the boat go faster? Should we go to the pub after practice? Will it make the boat go faster? Should I stay up late? Should we do another round of 500 meters on the rowing machines? Should I read this book or watch this show? All these questions found their answer in another question. Will it make the boat go faster? Often the answer was obvious. For the crew of 8 to compete, they must operate in perfect harmony. The coxswain steers, cheers, and coaches from a seat in the stern. The second oar, or the stroke, sets the tempo. All 8 oars must leave and enter the water in unison. Shoulder and legs synchronized to pull evenly. All of this over a 2,000-meter course. None of this is possible without endless hours of grueling training. Every rower must watch the commitment of others for the boat to achieve swing in a race. Swing happens when everyone is rowing in such perfect harmony that not a single stroke is out of sync. It's rare, and it's how gold medals are won. The 2000 men's rowing crew would win the Sydney Olympics. Despite years of disappointing results, They won gold using the simple question to filter out the noise. Will it make the boat go faster? Anything that didn't make the boat go faster was cast aside. Anything that made the boat go faster became their focus. A great question can serve as a compass for how you invest your time. Will this get me closer to my goal? Does this align with my values? Will this make me stronger? These compass questions work for both individuals, teams, and companies with a clear and singular priority. When we lack clarity or a true north priority, we can justify any course of action. We are kept from our goal not by obstacles, but by a clear path to a lesser goal. The first step is always clarity. What is your one thing? The next is to craft that compass question to filter out the noise and focus on what matters. One question to think about is, how can I build the habit of asking my compass question to stay on track? We're halfway through the year, the numbers are in. Where are you in terms of hitting your goal and making your boat go faster? I sat in on Steph Minnick's training last week, and what I found is a lot of people aren't where they thought they'd be this year. We decided, don't beat yourself up. No one is declaring defeat. Don't change your numbers just because it's been a challenging year. Don't lower your goal just so you can say you hit it. And keeping your goal allows you to ask big questions of yourself. In tough times, we discover what we are capable of and find breakthroughs. I want to walk you through a really quick reset. It's a 5-step process to assess your progress, correct course. All you need are your goals, your current progress, and about 5 minutes. R in reset is for reflect. What did you set out to accomplish? How are you doing? How do you feel about that? Why was your goal important in the first place? E is to evaluate. What's the gap? What will it take to close the gap and hit your goal? For summer, it's the prime selling season. If you're more than a little behind, you'll likely have to act aggressively and really focus on that compass question to block out the noise and make the boat go faster. I love this one, simplify, right? What can you stop doing to free up time and resources for the big push? Eliminate anything that won't make the boat go faster. E, establish. What is the one activity you will commit to? The one activity you will commit to that can set you up for your goal. And time block it. Put it on your calendar. Once you decide, go to your calendar, time block your new commitments, and cancel everything else that gets in the way. The good news, we still have 24 weeks left in 2023. When you really focus, you will be amazed at what you can accomplish. Who do I have to become for my goal to be the natural byproduct of my life? One other number I found really interesting with other than the 24 weeks is there were 443 listings in our 5-county metro area that hit just last week in those 7 days alone. And only 26 of them were KW Milwaukee of all of our encompassing offices. So there's market share out there to get. If we focus on our one thing and block out the noise, we can make our collective boat go faster. Make sense? All right. And our grocery store script has stayed the same this week. In today's rate and environment, there are 3 things that can happen. 1, rates stay the same and nothing is gained or lost. 2, rates go up and you made a good decision buying now. Or 3, rates go down and you can refinance. Dedicated industry professionals don't try to sell. Instead, they educate the consumer as to the possibilities and let them decide. Now, with that said, we have a lot of people who are finding amazing success in the first half of the year. So we're going to celebrate those folks quick here. June for individual volume. The man, the myth, the legend, back on top, John Molitor with 3.2 million in production for the month of June. Mike, Connie, Carla, Catherine, Betsy, Bridget, Damara, Sarah, Lisa, Mary Beth, Kelly, Sarah, Lisi, Ethan Masson, Karen, Nick Fetting, John Lorenz, Lindsay Andrews, and Matthew. Congratulations on your all $1 million month individual people for the month of June. So huge congratulations. Got to do over $1 million to be in the top 20 in 1 month. Congrats, guys. June team volume, JSG with 14.5 million, Falk Reuven Gallagher, 13.5, Stale, 8, Miller Marriott, Team Trimble, Duval, On Point, Double Bolt, Fernwood, Kindred, Dusty's team, Fair Hinton, Foxglove Realty, Nicollet, Bark, Gossman, Root, The Wilds, Plooster, and Champagne. Congratulations. Year-to-date team volume, our top 5 JSG, Falk Reuven, Stale, Gallagher Lake Country, and the Duval Group and On Point Realty. Individual volume year-to-date, Becky Thomas at 7.8, Sarah Oberbrenner, Bridget Ty, John Molitor, Betsy Williamson, and Lindsay Andrews. Congratulations, you guys. Incredible numbers. Year-to-date individual units. Lori Soroke, Nick Fetting, Lindsay Andrews, Sarah Oberbrenner, and John Molitor. Kristen Stahulik, Joey, congratulations, you guys. We'll make sure we get these out. Year-to-date team units, JSG with 178 units, Falk Reuven Gallagher, 108, Miller Marriott, Duval Group, Stale, and On Point rounding out the top 5 for year-to-date units. Increase in business. This is the percentage your volume has increased from June of this year versus June of last year. Miller Marriott, Flanagan Group, the Gossman Group, Michael, Jason, Elizabeth Truby, Tammy Mayhew, Nathan, Jordan, Vershay, Nada, Lacey, Keith, Shawnee, and Courtney. Everyone on this list's business is up over 100% from this month last year. Gross commission earned for agents on a team that are not the Rainmakers. In order is Janine Warner, Dan Wild, Martha Ola, Steph Miller, Kathy Shaw, Nicole McGonigal, Katie Falk, Kathy Rosenheimer, Newbie, Steph Minnick, Ginger Lazovic, Andrea Weichert, Will Stale, Sue Nikolic, and Blake McKinney. $1 Million Month Club, lots to celebrate here. We'll make sure these get posted so we can all make sure to reach out and celebrate these folks. Incredible job in the month of June. As well as our home run club. I think this is our biggest home run club month ever. 1 listing taken, 1 contract written, and 1 contract closed, all in the month of June. Congratulations, guys. We'll make sure to share those out real quick. I have some upcoming training and events coming up. We have some really great stuff on the calendar. One of my favorite things that we do is when we get all of the admins on teams together to learn from one another. You guys are the backbones of your teams. Huge thank you to these 4 ladies for willing to sit on this panel for us for part 2 of the admins teams in Milwaukee. This is taking place at the Innovation Office on July 20th at 1:00 p.m. It's a live in-person event. So if you can make it out to here, if you're a Rainmaker, if you're an admin, if you're looking to grow a team, these are some of my favorite trainings we do. So please make sure to block your calendar for July 20th at 1:00 at the Innovation Office. Next up, an incredible opportunity. We have the regional event actually taking place in Milwaukee, which is a really big deal, you guys. They haven't been here in 10 years, Maureen, I believe. Ever. So we've never hosted a regional meeting. So please sign up for this event. It is Thursday, July 27th. It's $20, but if you show up, we will pay you back on your invoice. The world is run by those that show up. So if you can please sign up, it's going to be a great full day of training. We have more even panels who have recently joined the Scott's panel in the morning. So it's going to be an incredible list of people that you're going to get to hear from 9 to 11. A quick break for lunch, which is provided. And then we are going to be hearing from a KWU approved trainer, Chris Orsini, who is going to talk about how to turn $200 into 2 closings using command. So he's going to do a full 12-step strategic plan with scripts for the afternoon session.
Hey, Mandy.
Yes.
I'm going to speak about how to turn 2 closings into $200.
Rick's gonna talk about how to turn 2 closings into $200. So be there in the morning to hear how Rick does that. Rest of the July training and events, including Lindsay's training on Thursday. We have Maureen and Friends coming up on the 21st for those invited to that. So tons to look out for in terms of trainings coming up. And then last but not least, Mega Agent Camp is coming up August 15th through the 16th. I have seen over the last week more people signing up for this. If you need hotel rooms, if you're looking to talk about other people who are going and you want to share rooms or work on coordinating flights and stuff together, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. We have a block of rooms booked at the JW and we can always help you with that type of stuff too. So great training in Austin, Texas. It's only 2 days. They really crammed it together. So it's really easy to go down for a quick 2 days to soak up some knowledge in Austin. That's all I have for you guys today. Have an incredible Tuesday and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you.